Once, before she left, my mother said that if you visualize something happening, you can make it happen. For example, if you're about to run a race, you visualize yourself running the race and crossing the finish line first, and presto, when the time comes, it really happens. The only thing I did not understand was what if everyone visualized himself winning the race? Still, when she left, this is what I did. I visualized her reaching for the phone. Then I visualized her dialing the phone. I visualized our phone number clicking through the wires. I visualized the phone ringing. It did not ring. I visualized her riding the bus back to Bybanks. I visualized her walking up the driveway. I visualized her opening the door. It did not happen. While I was thinking about all of this that night after Phoebe and I crept into Mrs. Cadaver's house, I also thought about Ben. I had the sudden urge to run over to the Finneys and ask him where his own mother was. But it was too late. The Finneys would be asleep. Instead, I lay there thinking of the poem about the traveler, and I could see the tide rising and falling, and those horrid little white hands snatching the traveler. How could it be normal, the traveler dying? And how could such a thing be normal and terrible both at the same time? I stayed awake the whole night. I knew that if I closed my eyes, I would see the tide and the white hands. I thought about Mr. Winterbottom crying, and that was the saddest thing. It was sadder than seeing my own father cry, because my father is sort of a person you expect might cry if he was terribly upset, but I had never, ever expected Mr. Winterbottom, stiff Mr. Winterbottom, to cry. It was the first time I realized that he actually cared about Mrs. Winterbottom. As soon as it was daylight, I phoned Phoebe. Phoebe, we've got to find her. That's what I've been telling you, she said.